Shortly after this man's marriage to Borti Ujinv, he had to rescue his bride from the Merkid. This man was taught by the Taoist monk Chang Chun around the time of his defeat of the Warismian Empire. After this leader died in a 1227 campaign against the Western Shaya dynasty, his empire grew to encompass 1/6 of the world's land. For 10 points, name this Mongol leader the grandfather of Kublai Khan. And the answer is Genghis Khan. Operation Linda Enchi was a military operation in this country that led to the capture of its city Kismayo. Supporters of Muhammad Aidid drug the dead body of U.S. serviceman William David Cleveland through the streets of this country. One part of its territory is controlled by Ahmed Mohammed Mohammed, while al-Shabaab also controls pockets, and the internationally recognized government is centered at Mogadishu. For 10 points, name this Eastern African country known for piracy off its coast. And the answer is Somalia. After the 1859 Battle of Sepata, two portions of this country were united. Due to promotion of immigration, a majority of this South American country's residents have at least one Italian ancestor. Its current president, Mauricio Macri, succeeded Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner. General Leopoldo Galtieri launched Operation Rosario, during which this country tried to capture the Falkland Islands. Its Córdoba province is in the Pampas region, while to the south of this country is the Drake Passage. For 10 points, name this country with capital Buenos Aires. And the answer is Argentina. In 2016, the UCSGC Monomoy drifted into the waters of this country, and the nation briefly detained the U.S. personnel on board. Its ruling Guardian Council consists of 12 law experts and is partially selected by the parliament, the Majlis. In 2010, the Stuxnet computer worm destroyed around 900 centrifuges in this country. Its 2017 election saw Hassan Rouhani winning a second term, in part for the treaty that ended sanctions on this country when it limited its nuclear program. For 10 points, name this country with capital Tehran. And the answer is Iran. One person classifying these communications was Alan Gardiner, who started with a category for man and his occupations. Thomas Young studied them, as did Jean-François Champollion, who consulted the Philae obelisk. Uniting was the meaning of a Shen ring with two whips when shown among these ideograms. A cartouche was used to encircle rulers and gods' names in these, such as Anubis or Tutankhamun. The Rosetta Stone helped to decipher, for 10 points, what writings of ancient Egypt. And the answer is hieroglyphics. One inscription at this place reads, "He traveled from this world to the banquet hall of eternity on the mouth of Rajab in the year 1076 Hijri." The supervising architects for this building included Makramat Khan and Ustad Ahmad Lahori. A tree-lined reflecting pool is in front of this structure, surrounded by 4 minarets. Its name may mean crown of the palace, and this structure on the south bank of the Yamuna River in Agra was built by the Shah Jahan for his wife Mumtaz. For 10 points, name this white Indian mausoleum. And the answer is Taj Mahal. Tradition states this civilization began after 4 brother-sister pairs emerged from a cave and defeated the Chanka people. The Intihuatana, a ritual stone, and the Torreon Temple were sites used by these people that were excavated by Hiram Bingham. One could hear its citizens speaking Quechua in its capital of Cusco, where leaders such as Pachacuti and Atahualpa presided. For 10 points, name this empire conquered by Francisco Pizarro in South America. And the answer is Incan Empire. In the 17th century, this country was explored by banderantes, who were gold-seeking adventurers, including Domingos Jorge Velho. This country's coast includes the lands east of the Tordesillas Line of 1494. In its early history, this country became the world's largest exporter of sugar, a status it has again today. Emperor Pedro II ran this country that seized territory from Paraguay in an 1860s war. The world's ninth largest economy is, for 10 points, what country that comprises just under half of South America's land? And the answer is Brazil. The Firestone Company signed a 1926 contract with this country's government and operates the world's largest rubber plantation here. The People's Redemption Council, headed by Samuel Doe, governed it in the 1980s. Its first president, Joseph Jenkins Roberts, was born in Virginia, and its creation was aided by a colonization society founded by Charles Mercer and others. This country's neighbors include Sierra Leone and Guinea, and its capital is Monrovia. For 10 points, give this country whose name reflects its founding by liberated slaves. And the answer is the Republic of Liberia. A corpse thought to be the remains of this first ruler of this name spent 140 years unidentified at a Niagara Falls museum. The Temple of Khonsu was started by the third leader of this name. These rulers, belonging to the 19th and 20th dynasties, have names meaning the sun god gave birth to them. The second of these rulers fought the Hittites at the Battle of Kadesh, had Nefertiti as a consort, and is often said to be the leader who reigned when the Hebrews began the Exodus. For 10 points, give this name of 11 Egyptian pharaohs. And the answer is Ramses.